Cursed Book Club Secrets. If you ever find yourself reading a story at midnight that feels a little too real, you might want to put the book down. I learned this the hard way, joining a secret book club that meets after dark in a dusty old record shop on Main. There were only 7 of us, and the rules were strict: arrive by midnight, leave together, and never speak about the stories outside the shop. I thought it was all for atmosphere, until the first story bled into reality. A tale about a missing cat, and the next morning, every window in town was plastered with flyers. Each week, it got worse. A story about a sudden blackout, and the city plunged into darkness. A tale of a woman lost in the fog, and the next day, the morning news reported a real-life disappearance. We joked about our cursed luck, but deep down, we started to dread the book club. Still, the pull was irresistible. The stories were always left unfinished, as if the endings were waiting for us to write them ourselves. Tonight was different. The story was about someone who refused to leave, a stubborn soul who lingered in places long after closing time, unseen but always present. As the clock neared 1, the shopkeeper, Mrs. Dalka, read the final lines. He waited, long after the lights went out, for someone to notice he'd never left. At that exact moment, the front door rattled, though we had locked it tight. My skin prickled as I realized every member was accounted for, except for Mr. Harlan, who hadn't shown up for weeks. Then, in the reflection of the record shop window, I saw him. Mr. Harlan, standing behind us, his eyes hollow, his mouth moving in silence. We all turned, but the space behind us was empty. Outside, the streetlights flickered. I glanced back at the window and saw not just him, but a crowd, faces I recognized from every story we'd read, pressing closer, desperate for us to finish their tales. The shop store wouldn't budge, and as the clock struck 1, I understood, tonight's story wasn't fiction. And now we were the ones who could never leave.